Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Byron Katie is a YouTube psychotherapist. She asks her clients one question over and over. She says to them, "Is that true? Is that really true? Do you absolutely know that it's true?" I think that's a really good question. And it's a question I ask myself constantly, especially when I have so-called truisms thrown at me. You know, these statements that are constantly presented as facts. They're lies. They're just not true for all of us all the time, especially for me. Now I'm going to illustrate what I think about this I've chosen 3 of my top pet non-truths, lies, facts that are not true. The first one is that the present tense is all that matters. The second one is that you can do, be, or have anything you want. All of us, everybody, nobody excluded. And the third, the big one, my favourite lie, that size doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the first one, this thing about the present tense. Somebody said, the only 2 days in your life you have no control over are yesterday and tomorrow. Today is all you have. I wonder if anybody here actually believes that nonsense. The 3 things are interconnected forever. Let me explain. I do believe in the present tense, of course. I notice the sun, I notice the blue sky, I concentrate and give my attention to the person in front of me. I do what has to be done, constantly. If I don't do that, my future probably won't exist. But I'm going to start with the past. Now, I've been around quite a long time, so my past goes way out to there. My past is every thought I've ever had, every deed I've ever done, every person I've ever invited into my life, everybody who's ever chosen me. It's fixed. It's my history. It's my learning. Everything on that past line is my present. It's with me all the time. It's very, very real. And I like to think I've been in control of most of it. And over there is my present. I have constantly got my future. I've constantly got my eye over there. Because if you concentrate on the present, you're probably not going to have a future. And you certainly, if you get there and you haven't had your eye on that pension pot dripping in every day, because nobody else is watching that pension pot, believe me, when you get there, if you don't have your health, you're going to be miserable. Without that pension pot, you have no dignity, you'll have no friends. It's the most important thing. So stop thinking about what you're going to do for supper tonight, which handbag you're going to buy, where you're going to go on holiday. It's much more important to think about what's going to happen over there, or you won't have a future. So that's the present nonsense, I hope, is lying all over the floor. I'm now going on to this idea that we can all be and do and have anything. Well, I just think that's some absolute greed and selfishness, and I'm just not buying into it. Now, okay, there are a lot of youngsters who can do that stuff, a lot of people, but there are a lot of people halfway through their life, and I'm way past that, who actually aren't that free to do anything they want. We all still have dreams, we all maybe think of another life, but most of us are not free. Most of us have picked up, if we haven't lived as islands for all our history, we've picked up other people. We might have handicapped brothers or sisters, we might have aged parents, children who still depend on us, and we've probably got a spouse that is a lot more dependent on us than we realise. So when people say to somebody like me, you can do anything you want, you can choose anything, you can completely reinvent your life, I just want to throw something at them. Because it's not true. They don't know all about me, they don't know what my commitments are, they don't know what is fixed in my life, they don't know whether I have a choice or not. and it doesn't make me feel great. And even if I do for a minute believe I have a choice, it's going to make me feel like a coward for not choosing to bin my life and start all over again. Now just imagine for a minute that I did have a choice, because actually I know we do. And I decided to exercise that. I decided I can see a much better life. And I just made a decision to bin everything around me and not think about it and grab that life. Just imagine when I've got this wonderful life, whether it's cuddling with orangutans or doing VSO, whatever it is, am I really going to feel good about the destruction I've left behind? Who am I going to tell why I've started this life all over again because that life was so awful? No, I don't really believe I have a choice. Lastly, the size thing. Size doesn't matter, really. I can't think of one thing where size doesn't matter. You try sitting in an aeroplane when people are spilling over on top of you. You try selling a diamond ring that big if you think it's going to hold your life together till you've got it sorted out. That's never going to work. And who would buy a pair of shoes without trying them on first? As for choosing a life partner without trying him on first. Because honestly, if the size thing, and there are a whole load of components to that, doesn't work, nothing else will. Sooner or later, one of the couple is going to find the perfect glass slipper, and they're going to want to wear it.